The Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya is a very balanced track that features a wide range of corner types, and due to this it was used as the official Formula 1 test track for many years. In this track guide I'm going to show you a hot lap of Spain in F1 24, and I'll show you tips on how to become faster around this tricky circuit by running through each corner, its braking zone, best line to take, and a few tips and tricks. For this track guide I'm going to be using the data analysis tool Track Titan to show my throttle and brake overlays on screen now. If you're interested in trying out this platform, I do have a discount code and a link in the description below. So kicking things off is the fast rundown to turn 1. This is easily the best overtaking spot on the track, and you'll be hitting around 330 kph at the end of the straight. Stay to the far left on the approach right over the outside curb and look for that 100 meter board. Brake at full power just as the board goes out of view, shifting down to 4th gear. Use the entire width of the track and turn in just after the 50 meter board. Try to use a lot of inside curb while avoiding those large yellow sausage curbs. You should be on the power at the apex, modulating your pressure through turn 1 and 2. Again, use all of the inside curb of 2, just avoiding that inside yellow sausage curb. You can accelerate at full throttle through and out of turn 2, drifting right out wide. Hug the inside line of turn 3 while remaining at full throttle. If your car naturally pushes you out wide, that's absolutely fine, just ensure you maintain 100% throttle input. Then move to the left of the track before turn 4. Turn 4 is a long right-hander. On the approach, again use all of the outside curb and start braking at the 50 meter board. Turn in at the same time as you apply the brakes and use only around 50% brake pressure. Quickly shift down to 4th gear while using all of the inside curb. Start accelerating as soon as you touch the apex curb and allow your car to drift far left. Be careful to modulate your throttle pressure as the rear of the car can become loose through this corner. Then follow the turn using as much track as needed before positioning your car far right for turn 5. Turn 5 is the slowest on the track and it will really test your rear traction. Brake around 70 meters while keeping the car straight. You can easily lock your inside wheel here, so quickly start to reduce your brake input before turning in towards the apex. There are large yellow curbs once again on the inside of the corner, so try to avoid them, but use as much of the red and white curb as needed. You can start accelerating early out of this corner, balancing your throttle and steering inputs to avoid wheel spin. Widen the track by using all of the curb on the outside and accelerate at 100% as you reach this outside curb. You may need to short shift up to 4th on the corner exit to avoid wheel spin. Turns 7 and 8 are among the trickiest as they're a fast chicane with a large potential for mistakes. Approach with the outside tyre on the right hand curb and start braking just after the curb begins. The fastest route is actually across the inside apex, driving right up and over those yellow sausage curbs. This can cause instability if taken wrong, so practice your line over here a few times. Shift down to 4th while only applying a small amount of brake pressure. Start accelerating out of turn 7, quickly changing direction to the right. Use that inside curb, but this time avoid the long yellow curb. This will almost always throw you off track if you touch it. Short shift if needed, as this is one of the slipperier parts of the circuit. Then drift over to the left on the approach to turn 9, which is incredibly fast. Again, use the outside curb to widen your approach, and just as the curb ends, flick your car to the right. You may need to lift ever so slightly during a race, but you should be at full throttle for a time trial run. Use the inside curb while keeping the steering as straight as possible and not over rotating. Use that outside curb if needed on the exit and try to straighten your car before activating the DRS, which comes at you very fast. Now turn 10 will really test your car's setup and balance. It's a long left-hander, so approach it on the right of the track using all of the outside curb and brake in a straight line just after the 100 meter board. Shift down to 3rd and turn in as you pass under the shadow from the hoarding above. Lift off the brakes as you turn further into the corner and aim to miss the yellow inside curb. Start accelerating as soon as you're off that apex curb and use the whole width of the track. Really try to modulate your throttle, short shifting to 4th if needed. And try to straighten your car quickly before applying 100% throttle input, as this corner can be very slippery. Move towards the left of the track, actually cutting the inside curb to straighten your path to turn 12. On the approach to 12, you'll want to widen the track as much as possible. Rotate the car into the corner before you start decelerating. Only use the slightest brake input while allowing the car to naturally slow itself. shift down to third to help rotate the car, and then quickly shift back up to fourth again as you start accelerating. You can really accelerate rounding through turn 12 while following the inside curve, and then drift out over the green outer curbing on the exit. Turn 13 is a fast replacement for that slow chicane, and it can be taken flat out. The only thing to do here is ensure you take the right line through the corner, not getting confused by the inside track, which is actually part of the old chicane. Use the inside curb while at full throttle and then drift out wide before turn 14. 14 is another flat right-hander. Use the outside curb on the entry to widen the approach, and use the inside curb at the apex to carry as much speed as possible. This corner can sometimes require a slight lift in race trim, but then accelerate hard towards the line to round out a lap of Spain. This track is a real test of maintaining high minimum corner speeds through those fast and medium sequences. You can use the approach curbs at almost every corner to improve your approach, and try to be aggressive on early acceleration out of the corners. Use short shifting when required, with particular attention at turns 5, 7 and 10, where oversteering is more likely. I did mention it at the start of this video, but I was using Track Titan throughout this to see my throttle and brake traces. You can use Track Titan to compare your laps with either friends or other esports drivers to see where you can gain lap time at any track in F1 24. If you want to try out Track Titan, use our code SIMRACINGSETUP to get an unlimited 30-day trial. That means unlimited laps within 30 days. The discount code will also give you 50% off your first 3 months if you opt to upgrade to the Plus membership level. That code is SIMRACINGSETUP, and I'll put the link and the code in the description below. Now, I don't want to forget to mention that a good Spanish car setup is one that provides good downforce for the wide range of corner styles at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya. Rear stability is key at some of those longer corners, giving you the confidence to put in fast lap times consistently throughout a race. I'll leave a link in the description below and in a card in the top corner to our recommended Spanish car setup, and that will round out this track guide. If you found it useful, hit that like button and let me know in the comments below whether you enjoy this track, whether you're looking forward to it this weekend, and until the next video, I will see you guys on track.